What's going on, guys? This is Yeager here. Welcome to a new video. Today we will be taking a look at the new Kayle rework. So let's start off by looking at her passive called Divine Ascent. Kayle ascends through 4 forms before reaching her divine state. So that's level 1. Kayle's attack grants stacking attack speed. At max stacks, Kayle becomes exalted and gains movement speed towards enemies. At Flame level 6, when Kayle is exalted, her attacks launch flaming waves, dealing bonus magic damage. At Ryzen level 11, Kayle evolves into a fully ranged champion. Transcendent level 16, Kayle takes on her final form, becoming permanently exalted. Her flaming waves deal true damage. Alright, so let's take a look at the video, and the big difference here compared to the old Kayle is that the new Kayle gets transformations, and she has 4 of those from what I can see. She gets them every 5 levels, and each of those transformations gives her a pretty huge power spike. She eventually, as she levels up, she gets full range. She becomes a full range champion, so she doesn't need cooldown reduction anymore to achieve that. And at level 16, she also gets permanent exalted, so she always gets bonus movement speed when she moves towards an enemy champion. And her flaming waves also deal true damage, so that's a pretty cool passive, I would say. Alright guys, so let's take a look at her Q ability Radiant Blast. Kayle conjures a portal which shoots a flaming blade at an enemy, shredding armor and magic resist and slowing her target. This attack explodes to damage enemies next to a target as well. Alright, let's see the video. Oh, okay, so basically they moved her old passive to a Q ability now because it has the shredding effect and it also deals AoE damage, so this pretty much works as a wave clear. That's good. Let's look at here W. W Celestial Blessing. Kayle heals herself and a target ally, giving both a significant burst of movement speed. Okay, so it does the same thing as the old W. The only difference being here is that whenever she targets an ally, she also gets it herself. So that's a pretty neat buff, I would say. E Starfire Spellblade. Passive, Kayle's basic attack deals bonus damage, which scales with both her ability, power and attack damage. Okay, so she's still the hybrid champion we used to know, so items like Ginsu's Rageblade will still be good on her. And active, Kayle's next basic attack is ranged and deals a portion of the target's missing health as bonus magic damage. After ascending to Flame, this attack damages enemies next to the target as well. Right. See the abilities. Okay, so it's like one auto you get, and when you get the flame status, which you get at level 6, then it deals AoE damage. From what I can tell here. The good thing is that they kept her hybrid status, so you can build a variety of different items on her still. Look at the ultimate. Divine Judgment. Kayle bestows invulnerability on herself or a target ally for a few seconds. While invulnerable, purifying swords fall in a circle around her target, damaging enemies in the area. Oh wow, okay. So it still has that invulnerability ultimate. The difference here being that it also has some AoE damage around the target. Looks pretty cool. It looks like it deals a decent amount of damage as well, but as always, it's hard to tell without looking at the exact numbers. So as for my thoughts on this new rework, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm happy about that they keep her, what do you call her, hybrid stats and her late game abilities, and her passive honestly looks pretty cool with all the transformations she gets. I'm pretty hyped and can't wait to play her on the PP. Let's see, playing as Kayle. As Kayle, use Might the Unjust with Celestial Powers, which scales higher each time you transform. Before you can wreak havoc on the guilty, play around your opponents and farm cautiously until you have your ultimate ability. In this early stage, use Starfire Spellblade to keep enemies at bay and Radiant Blast to punish their overconfidence. Soon your Divine Ascent transforms your ordinary abilities into obliterating vehicles of destruction. Rally your team together and find groups of opponents who cannot escape Divine Judgment. Use Celestial Blessing if you and ally struggle or to close the distance on fleeing enemies. In your final form, your survivability and teamfight advantages fall into an overwhelming crusade, ending all enemies in your path. Okay, let's see the video, see how she's supposed to be played. So she's level 11 here, so she already has 3 transformations. So she's still supposed to be that kite champion we used to know, by slowing the enemies with Q and then walking around. And she can use her ultimate as a damage ability now as well, so that's pretty cool. So we have Morgana on this clip also, let's see how they're doing. Oh, it looks like her ultimate ability has way more range than it used to. So she doesn't have to get up close to actually use it. Okay guys, so depending on the scaling of her ultimate, it looks like she synergizes really well with champions that have tons of AoE damage and are able to engage really well. That could be, for example, Malphite, because Kayle's new ultimate also deals damage now, so that could be a pretty good combo in my opinion. Let's see tips and tricks here. Rather than use Divine Judgment on yourself, consider protecting a 10k ally with a great engage. Let enemies blow their ultimates while your allies are invulnerable, then push them in a storm of swords and fire. Yep, that's just like I mentioned with Malphite, that could be a pretty good combo. The stages of your Divine Ascent gives you huge power spikes throughout the game. Anticipate when you outdamage your opponent and decimate them when you do. Okay, while you have great solo potential, you are at your strongest in teamfights. Oh, so Kayle is better in teamfights now than split pushing. I guess you can work as both now, so it kind of depends on the enemy team comp. So you have to decide for yourself where she works best. Damage to enemies near your target from Starfire Spellblade and Radiant Blast in combination with protective abilities safeguard your team and inflict devastating damage on enemies. Okay, so at least she's still able to split push and team fight, so all in all I would say this looks like a pretty good rework. We had to wait until she hits PPE to see all the numbers on her abilities and see how well she does into the different matchups. Down here below we have different skins, I guess. The good thing about these skins right now is that you basically get 4 skins in one because of a transformation, so it's worth every RP, I would say. There's not anything more below, so I guess that's it for my video guys, so thanks a lot for watching, and if you did enjoy the video then don't forget to subscribe as it helps me a lot, and see you guys next time.